What is going on, everybody? This is the Hat Villain PHC, and I hope you guys are having a good Sunday afternoon. Today's beer of choice, you guys saw it in the title. It is called Haze IPA. It is by a company named Firestone Walker Brewing Company, aka Firestone. Beer before glory is what it says on the can. It doesn't really give give you any cool stats on what it's made out of anything. It just says 6.2 alcohol by volume. Now I'm giving all the cool kids a chance to kind of jump into the stream, so hopefully you guys will show up. This was kind of an impromptu StreamYard. So the reason why I'm wearing this hat is because I just got done doing some yard work, and so there we go. So don't worry, guys. I'm not going to go 2 hours without it actually showing you guys a hat, and we're not going to stop like halfway through the podcast. And make sure you give this video a like or a dislike. I really don't care if you guys give it a like or a dislike. I mean, obviously, likes are always better, but it honestly ultimately does not matter. So I do have a couple hats to show you, and I'll get to those in a couple minutes. I want to talk a little bit about the couple releases that were done this week. I know a lot of people are going goo goo gaga over the J-Tips collaboration that went down. Now, the most notably one is the purple Atlanta Braves with, if I remember right, also had a pink bottom. Could have had a blue bottom. I believe it was a pink, though. And I'm just going to say it. And also he had a red one, and I think that one had a blue bottom. Now, I always tell you constantly, if you guys want hype, you're at the wrong channel. I do some hype stuff, but also I got to give an honest opinion. If you guys are in the chat, please don't forget to at least say hello. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me to go F off. I really don't care. Again, this is not a show for children. That's why we drink beer. We come here, first of all, to have a good time with each other. I respect everybody's opinions. I don't expect everybody to always agree with me, but 99% of the time, I'm always right, unless you ask Team Mom, and then I'm always wrong. So back to the J-Tips. Now, I know a lot of people are going to goo goo gaga. I know they sold out quick. I know on the reseller market, you guys know I do a little bit of reselling, but I don't really sell hats like that per se. There, I pick up a couple pre-orders here and there, but usually the ones that I look to try to resell are pre-order ones. And so I wait the 4 or 5 months like the rest of the people, and I sell them that way. I don't really buy any to resell. The most of the hats that I pick up are on my field trips, and those are the ones that I typically pick up that I resell. But anyway, so with the J-Tips, I'm seeing the prices go for like $200-$300. One case $1,000, and from what I could tell, they weren't even hats in hand. They were actually order confirmation, showing people they got the order confirmation. Now, as a reseller, first of all, I'm not going to tell you how to resell or your pricing, but let's be realistic. $1,000 for a J-tip hat, you're pretty crazy. I wouldn't pay that. I think my bottom point for a resale hat, if it is a hat I really, really, really want, I can see myself going 150, maybe 100, and even that's kind of high. Because if you think about it, there's always going to be another drop, and you might just end up forgetting about it. So back to the J-Tips. They weren't that great. How many purple Atlanta Braves hats do I really freaking need? Over the last, I want to say about 2-month period, at least in the last month alone, and I could even verify it because if I remember, Trends Unlimited had gotten a purple Braves hat, and then he got the and I forget who did it. I don't know if it was Hat Club or it was NoHo. I'm sorry, I forget, because when it first came out, I wasn't really on the hype train for those purple Atlanta Braves hat. Same pink bottom. I think there might have been a little differential with the sweatband. One I think was black and one was white, if I remember right. So when J-Tips purple Atlanta Braves hat came out, and I got no problem with J-Tips or anything. I've picked up a couple of his hats in the past, and they've been cool. They've been one of a kind, and I like them. I think I got a red Yankees hat a while back and whatnot, which is very similar to what they have with the Dodgers. I don't like, you're telling me out of all the ideas that you have, I'm sure you have a little heads up on what's going on in the hat industry more than this noodle right here. You would know that Purple Atlanta Braves has already been done. So why are people going goo goo gaga? Now, if you've been watching my affiliation update videos, I did do the Atlanta Braves. I believe I already posted it. If I didn't, you guys can go over. Let me just clarify if I posted it. I'm still going to tell you guys anyways. Let's see, Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Braves. Yes, I did the Atlanta Braves. Guess what hat I showed on my Atlanta Braves affiliation update video? If you haven't watched the video, because it only has 113 views, by the way, I appreciate all my views. I'm not clamoring to get like 1,000 views per stream or whatever, or video. Obviously, it would be nice. Obviously, I feel like. Anyways, my point is that I don't understand. First of all, where the resellers are getting the value for $1,000 on a freaking hat. I don't see where the resellers are acting like this J-Tips purple or this red one, the Dodger one, is so special that it's really worth $1,000. You are freaking idiots on the reseller standpoint. And I'm never going to tell anybody what to price their shit for, but you have to have a little common sense when you're reselling shit that you got to create that value. And in those J-Tips, since they're basically all repeats, and I expected more out of J-Tips, he could have gone with any other color. So shit that's not going on. Could have gone with the gold. He could have gone with the yellow. He could have gone with the teal. Something a little crazy. Okay? But no, he goes with red and purple. And if you've been part of the hat game like I have, especially over the last like 3 to 4 months, that is all that is freaking dropping is red, purple, navy. There's green hats. Come up with something more fucking original. I expect more out of my creators, out of my designers. And unlike some people, I actually interact with my people. We got Hatter. Why haven't you read my comment yet? Because you're the only one leaving a comment. By the way, Hatter, I'm glad you're here. I hope you can join on. I know you probably got dinner, and I can always count on you. But the other thing I want to talk about, and I know we all do our podcast or our streams a little bit differently. I will tell anybody that comes on my podcast, you will get timed out. I will time you out if I don't like what you say. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to read what your comment is. I encourage everybody to leave a comment. In the comment, I encourage you guys to chat amongst yourself. I encourage you guys to put a comment asking me a question, and I'll read it. I'm at work, then dinner. Yeah, of course it's dinner. I know that, Hatter. So at least you're listening or doing something. So I'm going to socialize or interact with my community here, because that's the whole point of my channel, is to get to know people, find out what they like. They don't have to like the same shit I do. And Hatter is going to be coming on, so let's give Hatter a couple minutes since he is at the store again. Hatter, what's up?
No, I'm at work.
So you got anything to say? I like the mask.
I'm at work. Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely.
Oh, okay, good. No, I'm at work right now. We just closed, so thought I'd hop on. Even if we were still open, I'd still, be like, hey, customer, stop talking. I'm going to go join the best hat guy on YouTube right now.
Now, if it was me, if you would have said something about my slides, which I'm not cool enough to make slides, I would at least timed you out. You didn't even get timed out for that, and I thought that was actually funny.
Oh, it was. I mean, now, I will say that it does take a lot of work to look up all those websites and all those hat stores that aren't, as common. Like,
granted,
it's like
it does
20 some stores, and
yeah,
it does take time to be precise with what
you're
putting on the slide. But
definitely.
Compared to like what kind of effort I put into, it's like he's still on trading wheels.
Definitely, dude. I've told you 1,000 times. You almost put way too much effort for the audience /views /subs that you have. You put in 10 times, 30 times the freaking work that somebody else does that gets crying over the amount of times he does in slides.
I
respect all the time and effort, but I'm not going to but slides take me a long time. You said you had all week. Even if you do 2 slides a day, what's that going to take you? 15 minutes? Seriously, slides are not hard.
Right. I mean,
That's the way I look at it. I do PowerPoint. I know how to use PowerPoint like a pro. They're not that hard.
I have a special guest with me. This is my coworker Dylan.
Dylan, what's up, man?
How we doing? He's into my hats as well. He likes my hats.
Yeah. Well, he better subscribe to my channel if you want the Real Hat channel. Okay, Dylan, what is your favorite hat or your favorite team?
Cubs.
Cubs. So, what is it like to be two losers in the city of Chicago? Okay. What is it? Okay. I want an official report from Dylan in Chicago right now. How are the Cubs going to do this year?
I got to get back to you on that.
Oh, fuck. You're like Hatter. Jeff,
yeah.
you should have prepared the kid.
No, Dylan likes my hats. He like every so often I'll be like, hey Dylan, what kind of hat should I bring into work? And today's selection was White Sox, so I brought in a pink martini.
Have you broken the monotony with Dylan and brought in a dad's WNBA hat yet?
Yes, I brought in a few WNBA hats in.
What was the reaction?
They like them. They like all the hats I bring in.
Now the important question is, do they even have a couple hats?
Some hats, not in a collection, but they own hats. I mean, there's different variations, but.
Yeah, what size is the Dylan there?
We have not figured that out yet.
Why have we not figured that out yet?
I don't know. We'll get to it. Maybe next time we work together, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll bring in. Well, we'll start off with a 7. What's one of the 7.5/8?
If you really want to bring in a snapback. Try and tell them try on one of your snapbacks. Put the number, and then you should be able to figure out from there. Or if it fits you, then you know that he's a 7 3/8.
Right.
Because we all know that you're faking your head size there.
Well, actually, what's happening is Hat Club doesn't give the same tape measure to all the kids and the.
I got a really good one. You can't just throw in Hat Club, dude. You got to throw in lids. I got a real special treat for you, Hatterson. You brought that up.
I've had more problems with Hat Club with their sizing than with lids.
Okay. So. Granted, but I can tell you, when Hat Club literally puts the 7 5/8, it might be a little bit big. It might be a little bit too small, but generally it will work. I have bought 3 hats from the Blue Store, and I just got one recently, and I was a dumbass that I didn't even bother trying to get on. But as you know, I got that 6 5/8 or 6 7/8 hat, which was clearly not a 6 7/8 or whatever size it was, right?
Yeah.
Then I got that 7 5/8 Chattanooga Lookout hat that was more like a 6 7/8, 6 3/4. But another hat I picked up even just yesterday because I was doing a road trip for a little bit. I picked up this baby, a Raiders hat. This is a draft day hat. / on field. I was going to sell it 7 5/8 because you know I hate the Raiders. I don't have this hat.
I was going to say, how did you find that from the trash?
It's the 100-year patch on the side. So what is this, about 2 years old? 19, yeah, about 2 years old. You know I wear 7 5/8, right? 7 5/8. We got a nice little tag on the back there, 7 5/8, right?
Right.
Hatter, check this baby out.
Oh, shit. No.
I'm 2-fingering this thing.
Oh, shit.
You're telling me, I'm not kidding you. I have this on. I got 2 full fingers sticking in here. You're telling me this is a 7 5/8. So my guess, obviously, is it's got to be at least an 8. But
yes, I am.
I can't really sell it because technically it says 7 5/8. But obviously, it's not a 7 5/8.
Yeah.
So
that's an egregious example. That's egregious.
I bought 3 hats from the Blue Store, and obviously they've been clearance hats, so I can't return them. The comp was so Hatter doesn't sell it like Hatter. Okay. How you all doing? Nice Raiders hat, not trash. A cool Pirates theme. Geez, that quality control. So,
fuck the Raiders.
Even if I wanted to maybe keep it, because I don't have this one, I can't even keep it, dude. This thing is freaking Sean Stay Fitted size, dude. I would have to wear like a freaking Sideshow Bob. Look at this.
You have to grow your hair out a lot.
No, I got to grow a horn.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, this is at least a good quarter inch. Look at. There's space between this. Like, seriously, 2 fingers. Anyways. Let's see. Don't screw the Raiders, man. Come on. I hate the Raiders. So, Comp Wiz, I'm sorry, but I hate the Raiders. So,
I mean, the one thing that I like about the Raiders is their autumn wind poem. That I like. Everything else, eh. The Al Davis documentary they made a few months ago, that was good. That was interesting. But then after that, eh, I don't like the Raiders. Whether they be in Oakland as a rival to the Broncos, or they be in the shitty town of Vegas. Either way, Raiders no go.
okay, out of a little selfishness, Hatter, are you going to have the new video up coming up on Monday?
Not on Monday.
So you teased us for nothing.
I said I'd probably have a new one up this week. I'm doing a lot of like baseball videos to get ready for opening week. I think it's Thursday is opening day. So I'll probably do like a lot of like a whole week of videos the following week.
Okay.
Talking about like top side patches for each team. The best subjectively talking about best side patches. Best hat for each team. Why I like teams and why I don't like teams, and like going through each of them.
Now, Hatter, the Comp Wiz says he likes the Raiders theme and the branding. I mean, if you want a good Raiders Comp Wiz or a good Pirates theme, go with the Pittsburgh Pirates, or even go with the Tampa Bay Pirates, or go with the Hat Club Martyrs hat if you want a good Pirates hat. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I'm not a Raiders fan either. Now, granted, that is a nice hat. Don't get me wrong. It's actually a nice hat. I don't have it. I maybe consider keeping it because it is a nice hat, but it's not a 7 5/8.
Let me put it all this way. I hate the blues, but that gray blues hat you sent me, it's a good hat. It's good coloring and it's a good texture too.
Yeah.
So objectively, you can have good looking hats. Subjectively, you put the team involved, and it's like, boy.
Comp Wiz, the blue and gold store has closed for the day, so Mr. Hatter is just walking around. The Bucks are the best pirate theme. Their NFL pregame and animations with those Clipper ships are awesome. So, Hatter, I heard an asinine comment a couple days ago.
Okay.
I was watching those View guys, just kind of see. Now, I will say, let me put it this way so everybody understands it, and there's no misconstruing my words. I actually appreciated the fact that they weren't just talking about, Hat Club or the Blue Store or even New Era. I do appreciate that because they were actually showing off, and the Clink Room. But they were showing off like all the different stores with all the different releases. Now, for me in the past, I told you guys the reason I don't talk a lot about those other I won't call them second or third rate stores or businesses is because I already feel like I get spread too thin with all the drops. And me personally, as a hat collector, even as many hats as I have, which I still don't think I have that many, it's just going to be way too hard to kind of follow all the drops and to get all the drops. Luke Neal in the house with the penis comment.
Penis.
So I gotta say I do appreciate that fact. I feel like with their response to some of the drops, then why even cover them? For example, they were showing some college football drops that apparently the Blue Store has dropped just a couple days ago. And as a guy who collects some college hats, just because I've been kind of venturing out into different hats, but I'm not a big college guy. But I have
you're getting into it.
I feel like those ones that got dropped by Lids or the Blue Store, they didn't actually give enough appreciation for them. Yes, I agree that they are not collector hats, that collectors do, but I cannot tell you the fandomness that goes on in college sports, regardless of the college, to have a good New Era hat, because I have trouble finding good hats for colleges. If I want a hat, I know Hatter, you're a little bit more open,
right?
But I'm not going to get a 47 brand. I'm not going to get a Zephyr. I'm not going to get a top of the road hat. I'm not going to. You know, I just, even if it's a snapback New Era on borderline, I could go for that.
I can understand that.
But it is hard to find a good college hat. So I appreciate the fact that the Blue Store actually released some good. I saw that Tennessee, man. Todd Helton went to Tennessee. I want a freaking Peyton Manning Tennessee hat. I like that orange. You know, so I don't feel like they were given a real honest opinion about that drop. And there was a couple other drops I didn't feel like they were given a real honest opinion about. Like when I look at hats, I also have to, like, one of them was like a Braves hat that was like a green with some funky colorway. I personally liked it. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it. I like it because it's different. Right. Adam, what did you think? What out of all their drops that they talked about, what kind of surprised you the most about what they disagreed or said was good or bad? That's kind of shocked you. Besides the clink room was another one I was a bit surprised that they said, you know, what they said about the hat they picked out. And my whole thing was I saw a couple more good hats on there they didn't even bother talking about, and they were more focused on there's the first female clinker, which I get. That's cool. We have a first female clinker, but I got to be fair. Wait. Was the Hourglass hat really that great of a hat? Not really. It was okay. I saw a couple other ones that to me were better than that Hourglass one, but that's the only one that got attention.
So that was the first female clinker?
Yes. That's why they were talking about, that's why I felt like they were talking about it so much.
What happened to Marin's Soda Jerk hat? She made that hat. She's I don't know her full background, but she's been a Lids Ultimate Hat Collector finalist before. She's a big Kansas Jayhawks fan. Big Royals.
I think I know who you're talking about. Did she actually do a clink room hat?
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember, she was posting it on Twitter. I remember. And
do you have pictures or anything? Because that's what they were saying. They were saying she's the first clink room hat. Now, did the one that she did ever go to like pre-production or pre-order qualifications?
That I actually don't know. I know.
Is that why?
No, I remember because they had said, so they kept reminding people March 7th was the deadline to get the Soda Jerk hat.
And I remember the Soda Jerk hat. I just didn't get it.
Like the dog was like the old-timey hat and, you know, serving it. It looked good. I didn't get it. I'm not too into clink room. I'm still waiting for my Liberty hat.
That's because you don't like waiting 4 months for a hat.
Well, yeah, ish.
By the way, Copwitz says, Hatter, thank you for giving us a tour of the store. He said he's seen some good New Era ones, but New Era doesn't always fit the best for me. So I do like Zephyr 47 and sometimes Top of the World. Top of the World for college, he says. I love the new Crazy Color Lids drop, but I haven't seen it in stores yet. Apparently, your store doesn't have anything Copwitz yet. I have not been to Lids recent, but what teams does your store have? I hate that you can't buy any team online no more. The thing with the ones that you can't buy certain teams online is because they just don't produce them. Now, my particular blue store Compwiz, we had basically all the ones you saw in the promos, the purple Braves. We had the camo White Sox. We had a bunch of Dodgers. We had the Green Giants, the Green Dodgers. We also had a couple Easter egg ones, as I call them, you know, blues, yellows, and whatnot. We had the Expos Cotton Candy / pink, a light blue, baby blue, pink UV. We basically had the ones on the promos. Now, there were some ones. What's up, bro?
Hey, this is Nate, by the way. This is Nate. He's one of my homies at Best Buy. I didn't know you wrote.
He doesn't even know your name, Nate.
Trying to go this is my boy, Sergio.
Oh, Sergio.
For hats.
What's up, dude?
For hats? Is this like your hat drug dealer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, kind of. He like the hat godfather in a way.
There you go. Well, see ya.
Okay.
Later. Wow, that was entertaining.
Yeah, way better than me, of course.
Freaking fanatic screwing the site. I would love to see an Easter egg or a cotton candy, etc. Orioles. The only one I really saw in the Baltimore Orioles is they had that gray one. Yeah, they had a gray one. I think I showed it on here. Oh, and then they had those midnight camo ones. So yes, they haven't. The thing is, they're only really hyping up the ones that they're showing up in their promotions.
Yeah, so with the view, they more talk about the hype hats like you talk about, like that you mentioned, that you don't follow the hype hats so much, but that they kind of follow those hype hats. So that's probably why that they didn't have as much to say about the college hats. You know, like for me, like at Best Buy here, I can like talk kind of general with like electronics, but it's only in certain spots that I'm more accustomed to, that I'm more used to, that I have more knowledge about. So that's when I get more into depth. Like if I go to TVs, I'd be like, yeah, I know a few things and like BS my way through. But with computers, I'll go into depth so much about it. Same thing with like hacks.
But here's the problem about the way YouTube runs or the people on YouTube. The
Right.
last at least 3 channels I could think of, now 4, because there's actually a lot more hat YouTube channels out there if you think about it.
No, I know
And
a few more.
obviously they're passing me up. They're passing you up because I don't cover nothing but hypes. But you got that Fitted Upwards guy. I forget, some dude named out of Minnesota. You got the Views from the Bathroom dudes about all the talk about hypes. Even the buddy Trends Unlimited, he talks a lot about hypes. Sean talks a lot about hypes. He says he tries to match the kicks. Now I appreciate that aspect, but here's what I want to see more from Sean. Then I want to see Sean match up the kicks with the hats in the videos to kind of show me what he's talking about. You know,
Right.
if he's not just buying the hats, the hype hats because he's trying to match them with the kicks, show me the kicks, please. That's all I ask. And then there's another dude, I forget what his name is, but he is just going nuts on YouTube. I watched a video of his the other day. He's driving a black Jeep with red rims. And he had about 5 or 6 boxes from Hat Club.
I don't know that. Nucci?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
Because there's Nucci out there, there's Jay Fitted, there's Ray Kick Some Things, TV Famo, the Hat Collector, Air Max Central. So there's more out there than you might realize, to be honest.
No. That's recently. I guarantee you that's recently. Because when I first started YouTube,
well, I mean, yeah,
I was doing my research and shit. I could not find anybody that was very consistent on anything. Right. Nothing. The only ones I actually saw a couple videos by you because you were sitting at your mom's front room table where you still live nowadays.
Yep.
At the front table. I did see Sean, but even Sean was talking about, he was more of a mixed type channel because he would talk about electronics and shit. One of his biggest videos was like how the iPhone works. And then the other more consistent guy that I saw was Trends Unlimited. He had a bunch of, this dude, AC Boogie.
I've heard of him. I don't watch a lot, but I've heard of him.
He's freaking killing it with almost 2,000 subscribers and 180,000 views, where that's barely where I'm at now. And he's been on since February 23rd of 2020. He's barely hit a year and he already has more views than I do in 2 years. And here's what's annoying, and I'm not complaining, but I've been doing this shit for 2 years and I can barely he's getting like 14,000 views a video or a couple thousand views a video. Why? You work harder than that, and you don't even get a couple hundred.
You know what the thing is?
I don't get it. Why are people so infatuated with bullshit?
I don't do niche hats. I don't do just fitted. I don't do them consistently. It's a consistency and not always talking about.
Well, Hatter, I get that, but that's why I've always kind of told you I appreciated you, even though I make fun of some of your hats because some of them are total whack. And beanies are not hats, so you shouldn't even count them in your collection.
Winter hats aren't hats, and beanies are just trash.
Yeah, beanies are just not hats at all. They shouldn't even have the name winter hat in them. By the way, when I list them on eBay, I do have to put winter hat /beanie because they do get more notice that way. I just don't understand what it takes anymore to get views on YouTube. And then here's the other thing. This is okay. Last thing I know you're probably going to go run to dinner. I was watching. I literally sat there and for once I watched their whole podcast. Okay. And here's the other take I got from their podcast.
The views?
Yep. Is that apparently, and this is, I've been telling you guys, I've been getting slightly annoyed. I want to see differential or, I want to see a variety. Their exact words, if it doesn't have a side patch now, it's considered a lame ass hat, is what they said. It's got to have a side patch. Why?
I've heard that, and also if it's a black nasty, then it doesn't count. Your collection
Why?
is invalid.
Why? Side patches are not that great. Especially, I showed the other day when I was doing my 2.5, 3 hour podcast of showing all my hats, which haven't even got a couple hundred views. You're telling me I show over 200 fucking hats, and I barely get a couple hundred views. People show 5 hats that don't do anything special, and I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to figure out the YouTube BS.
No, I'm also complaining with you. Don't worry. I'm moving my
But
ladder. That's why
I'm trying to understand. So just because it doesn't have a side patch or it's not considered a black nasty, whatever the hell that means, obviously I know it means the sweatband, which I don't appreciate that. I don't really understand what that reference is, a black nasty. For all I know, that's another racial innuendo that I'm not aware of. So why are these hats so special? But when I show a hat, nobody gives a shit. When you show a hat, nobody gives a shit. What's the secret?
I have no idea. Trust me, if I knew, I would have exploited it already.
Now, I do get annoyed. The only thing I do get annoyed, though, is when I hear people saying, hey, we're just here filling a spot. There was a huge void in the hat community on YouTube.
No, I remember.
And it's like bullshit.
If you remember.
This is okay. Okay, some people are kind of probably going to be reading me wrong if they don't know who I am. This is why I get annoyed. I filled that spot for the longest time. And if you think about it, I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have 4 other big name guys, hat collectors with me. I don't have freaking the Lids Ultimate Hat Champions with me, shit like that. I haven't designed my own hats. But I've been on YouTube consistently for the last year doing my podcast every Thursday, Saturday night. Don't tell me that there was a void in the hat community. There's only a void because the problem is, Hatter, and you know this, I don't do all the chat room chats like Facebook groups and shit, and I don't hype myself up. Hey, go watch my channel. Go watch my channel. Go watch my channel. Go watch. Right. Oh wait, we haven't got four likes yet, so I'm gonna wait for 5 minutes till we get 4 likes. I don't do that shit.
Or threaten to take out someone's tire or jersey away because you don't get likes.
Who said that?
Munfu.
Oh really?
Yeah. That was 2 weeks ago, but whatever.
Oh, and my other favorite one was, we could have seen him wear a Yankees jersey if we got 100 likes. What? That is the stupidest, most asinine comment in the world. It's a fucking Yankees jersey. Nobody cares. Seriously, I said this in one of my videos, and don't get me wrong. I hate the Dodgers. I am not a Dodger fan, but you know as good as I do. I respect the Dodgers like crazy. I wear a Dodger jersey, around like Jackie Robinson Day. So what if you wear a Yankees jersey? What is the big deal? Explain that. I want to know. Why is it such a big deal to wear Yankees? Just because you're trying to make it a big deal?
Well, he's a Red Sox fan.
And?
That's like me wearing
I'm a Giants fan. I mean, I still don't get that argument. Okay, he's a Red Sox fan. Cool, great. I'm a Giants fan, but I wear a Dodger jersey sometimes. Doesn't mean nothing. You're telling me you're a Red Sox fan? You can't appreciate the Yankees' history? I do.
I think like you can appreciate it, but like the actual action of wearing it is a different level. Like fandom.
I don't agree with that, but then again, I live in California and I get shit, and I already get enough shit living in California because my views are a little bit different, supposedly.
Right. Now, I will say before, with like that void that was left, I remember hearing that, and I kind of responded in a subtle way in my review of 2020, one of the 2 videos, and I had said that the reason why there's such a boom in new YouTube channels, because there was like at least 5, if not 8 channels last year.
No shit! When I started, I told you there was only really 3.
And really, the reason why all those channels started was because of people were pushed to their creativity. They pushed their creativity to finally put their voice out there on a visual platform to share their own perspective on hats and their own collection. Not because of a void, but because people were pushed to creatively express their hats and their views.
Now, I guarantee you, I'm gonna push my own buttons here for a couple seconds, and I do have some hats, of course, but I don't know if you got to go here. I will say when I
Totally.
took my big hiatus because I had my surgery back in September and stuff. I'm dealing with that. There was a void in that period of time because I had my surgery, and then even after my surgery, I wasn't up and going for at least a couple months, and I definitely wasn't consistent. And I haven't been able to be consistent recently because I took a job at the Catholic hospital.
You've been getting a little bit better with like the minor league updates.
So, well, that's because I pop them, I fit them into I do I've been making them shorter, which I'm hoping that would help on the view rates, which it's been hit or miss. Some videos have done 100 views, some have done 50. It's been hit or miss.
Right.
I kind of feel like it's depends on who the team is. Because if you think about it, I'm actually still showing some of those hype hats in those videos, but nobody's understanding that part. You don't know what you'll see in my video. I might show a hype hat. I might show a crap hat. I don't know. Like the Marlins video, that ballistic hat. It's not a hype hat. It's a Lids exclusive. It's a hat that came out 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I think it was about 2 or 3. And I finally was able to get it. And I thought it was a perfect one to feature in that video. But everybody else is like, what's that? Yeah, we don't know what that is. So I will say I do have about another 5 minor league videos to release, update 1.
Good.
And then I ordered 5 more hats. I have a total of about 8 hats on order of different teams, so I can start working on some of the other minor league hats. Because I will tell you, there has been a big challenge on certain teams to get good hats. Because as you know, as good as I do, as J38 has mentioned, it is hard to get a good KC hat.
It's also hard to get a WNBA team hat sometimes, so I know your struggle.
Now, I was personally hoping I had a little help from Reds fan, and then on top of it, I did find another Reds hat, and I thought it would be perfect, but I was hoping that the guy in Chicago would help me out with the Cubs hat. How is that working? You said you might help me because you had to go to the blue store to get a Patriots hat so you could do a video and then return it.
Right, so I've already returned the hats. That video has been recorded. So
okay.
I am in the process.
Did you look for a hat for me by chance to help me out? I'm not, just so people know, I'm not asking for a free hat. I'm asking Hatter to go buy a hat for me. I'll pay him for the hat. I'll pay him for shipping, and I kick in extra.
Well, now the other problem is when I remember when I went there one time looking for that classic hat with the red and yellow color and the green brim and the white off-white cap. They said that they had already shipped those hats off to the outlet lid store.
Okay, where's that from you?
So I gotta find that one.
Now, did you check on the Desert Pop? I do have the Psionic one. I found that. J38 found me that one. There's also the Graph Pop. There's the Ballistic. Any of that? So you're telling me they have an outlet store and you're not going to the outlet?
Well, I gotta find it first.
What do you mean? You can't ask them?
I didn't ask. It says the outlet stores. So it could either be, I think the Gurney store might be one, which is near the Wisconsin border, and then
how far is that from you?
Then the Rosemont store might be the closest one. So I could always look there if need be.
Call them. Well, actually, you know what? I might call them and see what I can work out here because I was hoping I could get a hand on a Chicago hat. I've been bugging you for 2 years about the Chicago Lids exclusives.
Yep.
And so anyway, I don't think I had. Let me just double check. I don't think, unfortunately, I had any luck. Huh?
Nothing. I'm about to wrap up here. Getting ready to go.
I'm not going to tell you exactly the ones I got today for the video purposes. Because, I don't actually have them yet, so I don't want to count my chickens. I still do not have the Cubs coming in.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm still looking for a good Cubs hat. Now, I will say I have been, of course, when Hat Club drops a hat, I do see if there's any good Cubs hats to see if I can maybe use one for a video.
Okay.
So I'm looking in other spots. I just can't find one. I found 2 on New Era that I'm going to I already ordered. I'm waiting for those 2 to come in for different teams. Oh, dang, that's what I forgot. I forgot to get a hat from the Ligature series, which was a terrible-ass series, but a collection, but I was going to get one just to kind of talk about it.
Right.
And I totally missed out on it. So Are you going home yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have short ribs waiting at home.
you have the what?
Mom made short ribs tonight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, don't worry. I'll send you the pictures.
I'm sure you would.
I might pop in with to just show them off on the live stream just to make it jelly.
I think you should. I'm hoping. I'm gonna put this out here to see if anybody else wants to come on and talk. I did talk to Reds fan yesterday. Actually, I called him on the phone for once because I was driving, and he started baseball and stuff, and he said it's pretty nice over there in the Florida area.
I'm sure.
And I was gonna call you, but you're always busy or some shit.
Yeah, I had a full day yesterday.
Oh, before I forget.
Yeah.
And I know I keep interrupting you, but I want to make sure I remember. Whatever happened to the Harvard degree class you took? Did we graduate?
Did not finish it.
What? You didn't finish it?
I can always go back and finish it. No.
Why didn't you finish it? Did you get distracted? No, like seriously, why didn't you finish it?
Because I started the new actual school, the paralegal thing. So that's why.
Weren't you almost done with it?
Yeah. So I can always go back and just, pop in and be like, oh, I'm done. And then, do like one or two more things.
And were you gonna pay? I think you said the $50 to get the actual certificate.
That's done. That's old.
What do you mean? So that's a no.
No.
Okay, because surprisingly, me and Team One were talking about it today.
Interesting. Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm putting other money better for an actual degree, more worth it.
And the reason why it came up is because if you don't know, minor leagues is actually going to plan to move to Mississippi.
Okay.
And he said something about he didn't want to be at home and whatever. He might have mentioned your name. He might have not mentioned your name. Well, I can't exactly tell you. Well, he mentioned your name. And I said, well, at least Hatter, even though he's at home, he has his bachelor's degree.
Always in the back pocket.
And then we were talking. Then I started mentioning about the Harvard thing. Popped in my head, and I'm like, wait a minute, did he actually finish that? He hasn't brought that up.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Okay, so can I get an official exclusive of when the new video will be released this week? Do we have an exact time frame or no?
We'll see. I got to do a lot of editing. Hey! I'm a one-man team. I'm running a whole studio here. I got different edits going on. I'm working on a side patch video. I'm almost done with the AL, and then I have to do my hat history video, and then record my other opening week videos.
Hatter, I know this is almost probably next to impossible. Here's what I want you to do.
Oh shit!
I want you to go do an interview with Steve Bartman.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Nope. Can't find him.
Is he even on social media or no? Have you even looked?
Nope.
Like you haven't looked or he's not on there?
He's not on there.
Have you looked?
No. I'm going to head out now.
Okay. See you later. Have fun with short ribs. All right, Compliz. I got a bachelor's in new media design from Queen's University of Charlotte. I'm tempted to get that yellow Blue Claws hat long as they don't sell out. That Blue Claws is fire and their sunglasses hat is hilarious. Just keep hustling, villain, and stay positive. I give a shirt about your hats. Whatever you like is what makes the hat agree. Okay, so I appreciate it. I did like those Jersey Shore Blue Claw hats. Now that Adder took off for a minute here, I was talking about this team a couple days ago. And I already forgot the team. I want to say it's the Houston Astros. I got such a short memory. But here you go, guys. It's a fun hat. We got the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. It's a fun hat. I was talking about this hat the other day in one of the videos. I think it's the Astros. Honestly, I can't remember. But the hat that I was mentioning in that video was this Black Ops hat that the Fayetteville Woodpeckers did. So if you haven't got either one of these were fun hats. Fayetteville Woodpeckers came in a couple years ago. Just a really freaking nice hat. So there we go. I just want to show those kind of turn back a couple year hats right there. This one is pretty cool. It says Fayetteville right there. It has the little seagull face or whatever you call the woodpecker, the bird right there. And it has that nice camo Black Ops hat, black right there, black, 7.5/8. And then this is their more traditional style right there. So I wanted to throw those couple in. Now, the next hat, you guys, I'm going to show you guys his right here, guys. This is not the I picked up a hat today. I went to the Blue Store. I had to pick up some hats, like I said, for a couple videos. I couldn't find none, so I used that Blue Store employee access that we get there and help myself out so I could do some videos. But this hat I haven't talked about. I was going to go another direction, but it really doesn't matter. I just want you guys to know that when you guys watch my podcast, I will show some good hats. I don't show all the hype hats like a lot of you guys might want to see, and I've said this a million times, but I show some good hats. So here we go, guys. Haven't shown this hat before, but we got, bam, we got the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim Blueberry Collection from Hat Club, where I have a link, affiliate link. So if you use my affiliate link for Hat Club, I get a small commission. It helps out the channel. So Angels one was a really good one. So also I needed some more Angel hats in the collection. If you guys don't know, I'm trying to get 25 hats from each team. Yes, that seems like a big task, but slowly but surely I'll get some hats in. So it has a nice lowercase a, got that little halo right there in the blue. This one has the 35th anniversary patch on the side from 1961 to 1995. I really like the lettering on the patch. It is kind of funny that it says the CA right there, which is cool. So you obviously the California Angels, but I was going to say that the coloring is really good on the patch where you could actually read everything. It's not blended in. I did show a, I can't remember. I think it was like a cotton candy one hat where it had like the pink and the white and the light blue on the patch, and you almost couldn't see what was written in that patch. So the one thing about this one is, first of all, this Batterman, I'm going to let you guys see. You guys tell me. I'm going to give this probably a solid B. The outlining on the Batterman itself is kind of shaky. The ball is kind of shaky. He has no nose. He has no brim on his hat. The outlining, though, on the bat and the arms and stuff is not too bad. I'll give it a C+. How about a C+ on this Batterman? Let me know down in the comment sections what you guys think, or in the chat. C+, do you guys think that's a fair grade? That baseball on that Batterman is just freaking terrible. Again, here's the patch. Very legible, very easy to see. Team Mom, can I have another beer, please? I'm not entertaining enough. I haven't gotten one like yet. Those can go with the Air Jordan Space Jams. Nice. They had a throwback Astros F hat too. Shut up. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Team Mom. Now, I mentioned, I'll show you the underbrim here in just a second. I mentioned I went on a little field trip yesterday. I'm going to be honest, guys. You guys know I deal with depression and whatnot, and it comes and goes, and I do my best to try to fight it away. But a lot of you guys know that I'm very close with minor leagues, and I just mentioned that he will be moving to Mississippi in a couple months, and that's kind of really messing with me. So anyways, I'm telling you this because I went on a field trip to the Bay Area, and I came back. It was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I was going to do a podcast, and I couldn't get on. But I came back also really early because I went to two blue stores. They had absolutely fucking nothing in their clearance. I went to the Serramonte Mall, where I've been there before. I did a video on that Lids store before. They also had a hat club there originally. The hat club closed. But I went to the Lids. They had some good stuff last time. I go there this time. Holy freaking A. They had absolutely nothing. I couldn't even force myself to buy a freaking hat at the Serramonte Mall lid store. Now, they did have some of the hype hats. So if you're looking for some hype hats, they still have some in there as well. And then I went to another lid store. I'll be honest, guys, I can't remember where it was. It was like 20 minutes away, give or take. And I looked up also to see if they had a Lego store. I went to the Lego store, got some stuff. But then anyways, I go to the blue store. There was another store, clearance item. That's where I found this Raiders hat that is marked 7 5/8. It's like more like a 7/8. And they had absolutely freaking nothing. I found a couple hats more for the inventory. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Just a couple hats for the inventory. Probably paid a little bit more than I would have liked for those particular hats. But, at least I got my Legos. So anyways, back to the Angels hat. So anyways, Sorry, sidetrack. I'm going in June down to Southern California. It's already booked. It's already official. Even if I don't go to where we're planning on going, I'm going down to Southern California for like 4 days, 5 days. And I am going around to every blue store. I'm going to try to find some hat club stores. I might even drive to Arizona. I will be buying some shit. So if you guys like what I had to sell, or if you guys are ever interested in what I had to sell, go to the Hat Villain for sale. I post all my shit there before I put it on eBay. So just so you guys know. So yes, yesterday was a total dud at 2 freaking lid stores. And I've had total duds before. You know, Sacramento Mall was a total complete dud. If you're looking for a clearance house, don't go to the Sacramento Mall. But what I always kept kind of going, and eventually I'd find a good one. But yesterday I just wasn't feeling it because it was just bullshit. I need some good inventory, some different inventory. So anyways, I kind of got sidetracked. Back to the blueberry collection. It has a blue underneath, blue UV, which actually looks really freaking nice. And then it has a white sweatband right there. This Angel's hat is actually really nice. I like it a lot. Like I said, I was just going to do a normal video on the blueberry collection, but it's like, everybody's already kind of done it. It's, it's like I'm not really trying to follow the hype or, go in line, fuck that. If I want to cut in front of the line, I'll cut in front of the line. This hat itself, definitely true to size. Actually, if anything, it runs a little bit smaller. You guys know that I'm a borderline 7.5 to 7 5/8, and it is feeling kind of tight, like it's closer to the 7.5 side more. Let's see here. Do a Jamestown Jamers blueberry hat. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Actually, yeah, that's a Cooperstown Batterman with a pillbox hat. I get that, but that's not even a pillbox hat, dude. A pillbox hat is generally flat because I actually have one. It's a pillbox hat, and I got a couple. That is not a flat pillbox Batterman. I understand the Cooperstown part because it even has the Cooperstown logo, but there's no way, Compliz, man. There's no way that is a pillbox style hat on that dude. This guy, if they did, they hella messed it up even more. And I'm going to have to lower the grade because you are right. The Cooperstown logo is supposed to be a pillbox style hat. There's no way that's a pillbox hat. So, okay, you just convinced me. It gets a C- because if that's supposed to be a pillbox hat, it's garbage. It's straight garbage. Now, another hat I want to talk about is... Now, they were talking about, I was going to talk about this anyways. Baby Yoda hats. They were talking about the Baby Yoda hats, the Mandalorian hats, Baby Yoda. I'm a huge fan of Baby Yoda. I don't know why. I don't even like Star Wars. But for some reason, I kind of like the little Baby Yoda. So when I saw that Hat Club dropped the freaking 2 Baby Yoda hats, check this out. I even have like a little Lego set I'm going to put together, a baby freaking Yoda. So, yeah. You want to see something else a little cool? Look at this little guy. I even got a little baby Yoda phone holder. Yep, because you can't go nowhere without that. And then I have, check this out right here, a little baby Yoda brickheads. So I'm not even a freaking Star Wars fan, but there is something about baby Yoda that is very enticing. And they were like, we don't know who's buying this shit. I'm sorry to break the news to you guys. Star Wars, even if it is not your cup of tea, there are freaking millions of fans that love that shit. And I'm not saying I love all the Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. I did like R2-D2 and CP3O and, of course, Darth Vader and whatnot. But I never really got into it. Even Yoda, I mean, I did. Check this baby out, guys. Check this out. This is how, look at this. The freaking Corona beer situation. I bought a Lego Yoda dude, and I put them together because of Baby Yoda. These things are not cheap and easy to do. I must have put this guy together like 2 times because drinking beer and putting Legos together is not a good combination. So I just feel like they bash the collection too much because they don't understand the collection. The collection itself with the Baby Yoda, I believe it was very similar to let's see here, might have been similar to this one where he's in the little pod, and then there was another one where there was a Baby Yoda in the form of a word cloud. I just felt like they were a little too harsh because they don't understand the significance of that collection. And the same with SpongeBob SquarePants. I remember watching SpongeBob SquarePants all the freaking time because that's what minor league liked. Is it my cup of tea? Would I wear the hats? Probably not. But on a nostalgia standpoint, man, you guys, I felt like they really did the sets injustice in that sense because there's a ton of people that, for one reason, they're going to buy the SpongeBob because they remember it very fondly. When I think of SpongeBob, honestly, I think of watching SpongeBob with minor leagues. When I think of the Ninja Turtle line that was brought out recently, and I think there might even be some more coming out. I hope there is. I remember those hats. I remember the Ninja Turtle aspects back when I was a kid. That'll bring back very fond memories. So it's like, I don't feel like they give these sets a very fair opinion. It's like an instant reaction type opinion. It's not a real opinion. It's an instant reaction. And they don't really care what, just because they never watched Ninja Turtles or SpongeBob SquarePants or Pinky and the Brain. I mean, I won't even be surprised if I see a freaking South Park New Era or some Morty, what's his name, Morty. And then, of course, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Simpson New Eras, man. There's Simpson New Era hats. I guarantee you the freaking A, they will sell like that. Faster than J-tips. I am not shitting you. There's a reason why there's been 20 plus seasons of The Simpsons. I personally hate The Simpsons because every time I think of The Simpsons, I think of T-Mom who watches it all the time with freaking T-Bone and stuff. And I personally think Homer's just a fucking moron. Marge could have did so much better, and she's with Homer. So God bless freaking Marge Simpson. Let's see. Did you ever have Ninja Turtle cereal? Yes, I did. I love Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan and CP3O. The prequels are the best. I love Star Wars. Not all pillboxes hats are a flat top from what I've seen. Okay, that's good to know. I haven't seen that many then. Pillbox sometimes are a bit round. I've seen it in old photos. Okay. So, okay, good. There's a Family Guy New Eras. Yes, did you? Okay. Yeah, so it's like, just because it's not your cup of tea, and I will say that before, all I did was sports hats, especially baseball. I didn't really do much basketball. I really wasn't into much football. Definitely wasn't into Major League Soccer. I definitely wasn't into non-sports hats. Like Avengers, some of the best hats I got, I wish I had back. I had a couple of the Avenger ones that New Era dropped. Freaking awesome hats once you had them in hand. And I'm like, I just sell them. I sold them. They were cool. I sold them. Now I wish I had them back. Maybe I'll go look for them. But those were some of the hats I wish I had again. And I'm hoping that eventually they'll do some more. I like to see some Captain America hats, some freaking Deadpool hats, some Thanos skin hats. I got a hat, I believe, with Thanos and stuff on. Some Thanos hats, freaking Iron Man hat. I'll be all over that shit. So just because it's not your cup of tea, guys, you shouldn't freaking bang it so bad. Because that's not a fair opinion or assessment of the hats. Obviously, it's not going to be for the hat collectors, but there are people out there that are buying hats that are not hat collectors. They like hats because of a certain nostalgia reason. So, anyways, my 2 cents for that one. I was never a big Family Guy hat person. I did know they came out with the Rugrats hats, and I did like Chucky, but I never really got none of those Rugrat hats. Nothing against Rugrats or anything. I just wasn't really feeling them. They had and Tommy and Chucky were my favorite. Of course, they had Angelica, they had Reptar, and then of course I know Professor Hatter got some Toy Story hats. They came out with the Toy Story line. I wasn't a huge fan of those, just because to me, Woody and Buzz, man, they're always arguing with each other. No wonder they don't get shit done. I guess they do, but they always get in trouble. But anyways, I wasn't a big fan of the Toy Story. I won't be surprised. They might have already came out with them. The Smurf hats. It's just some crazy stuff that they're going to come out with. So obviously not every hat is going to be for you. but I just don't feel like you can really bash it. You got to look at, to me, the way when I look at a hat, even if it's not my cup of tea, I gotta look at the style, the design, the colors. Did it represent what it was supposed to represent? Good. If it didn't represent what it was supposed to represent good, then I'll call it trash. Just like the J-tips. I mean, it was a nice hat, but could have did a whole lot better, and it wasn't one I even gave a 2 cents about to go and get. Why? Just because it's pink and purple, or purple and red, and it's by J-tips. If anything, I would only care about if I got the J-tips pin. The J-tips pin would be kind of cool. I keep getting hats from my ancestry, all kind of custom ones, and I bet hardly anyone is doing this. No, and you need to start doing videos on those. You keep talking about them, Compwist, but I haven't seen shit, and I want to see them because they actually sound pretty cool. Plus, I want to hear the backstory on them. If something ain't my cup of tea, as long as it doesn't hurt nothing, then respect it. Exactly. And just like I was talking about the college ones. All right, guys. Well, I got one more hat to show you. Been going on for an hour. I was hoping we could maybe get Reds fan or J38 on here or Johnny G, but it is a Sunday, and I did do an impromptu. I was at the Blue Store, I told you guys, looking up a couple hats. There was one hat I was looking at online on the Blue Store, and I'm like, I'll get it later. So I was kind of looking around the actual Blue Store, and I like my Blue Store. We got some good shit in there. Problem is, it's just a matter if it gets put out. We ain't gonna talk about that. Anyways, I'm walking. I saw one of the hats I could have got online, and I'm like, hey, if they got my size, I'm just gonna get it. And they had my size, so I got it, guys. This one was one of the better ones. I forget what it was called. I want to say it was called like the Love Collection, the Love Series, something. I know the Blue Store calls it the Ultimate Hat, the Ultimate Patch type collection. Let's see here. Well, my phone data is not as good to be able to do good videos, so I don't know, but I don't lie. I know, but at least put something on freaking Instagram. And I know you don't do Instagram if I remember right. So do something. Do something. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, saw this one in store. And this was one of the few ones, has nothing to do with the team or anything, that I actually thought was one of the better ones. And I'll tell you why. But I think it was called the Love Collection because it was released a while ago, either by Hat Club or one of those other places. I'm sorry. The views from the Volt guys, like I said, they did a really good job on covering multiple companies. I don't really do that, so I can't remember exactly where it came out. But we got, bam, the San Francisco Giants. Lids calls it the Ultimate Patch, the Ultimate UV Collection. I call it the Love Collection. I could be wrong, so help me out if you guys know the actual real name of it. San Francisco Giants. And I didn't get this one just because of Giants. It's one of the few ones, if I remember correctly, that was really nice because it has that double coloring right there with the S and the F right there. Nice red and black, looks really freaking awesome with the black and the black. And then this side patch is actually really sick in red and black, but it also says 8-time World Series champions on that. And I like that part. It has 1905, 21, 22, 33, 54, and then, of course, 10, 12, and 14. And then you got the nice Batterman on the back. This Batterman is a freaking solid A. That is one clean-ass Batterman. Check that baby out. And then, as you guys saw in the sneak preview, you got a nice white sweatband. It's probably like a polyester. It's very stiff. You got the red UV. Looks freaking nice. This one just says, it just says San Francisco Giants MLB color UV. That's all they called it. Nothing special like that. You ever seen the movie Getting Even with Dad? No, I don't. Good SF movie. I'm going to try to make a video, but I don't have an easy way, but I'll try to figure it out. But also, I got so many hats, and it's just a lot of work. I'm getting a D. Bryant one to match a Kobe shoes or a Chun hat for a distant part code to cousin of mine. Sorry if I butchered that. Nice white sweatband. It has a genuine merchandise, which I kind of don't get. I've talked about this before. How can you call this genuine merchandise in the sense that, like, I know there's the on-field tagging, genuine merchandise. Tactically, when all MLB hats sold by, I don't know. I guess I just need to look it up to get a little more clarity on the term genuine merchandise. Obviously, it's not a fake. 100% polyester made in Vietnam. The tagging, the lining is nice, just a nice solid 5950 tagging. But this one I did try on in store just to kind of see, because they also had a 7.5, and this one runs a little tight, but check that one out. I think it is one of the better ones of the collection. And then the red UV just freaking sets it on fire. So anyways, you guys, let me know what hat was your favorite one in the collection I showed today. What should I do with this Raider hat? Obviously, it's not going to be counted in my collection. I can't really sell it. It's not a 7 5/8. It's more like an 8. So I guess I could just save it with my other. See, the one hat that I counted in my collection, the Miami Marlins error hat, I counted that one in my collection because it actually fits me. I never counted the Chattanooga Lookouts hat, and I'm not going to count this one because they don't fit me. I can't wear them. If I could wear them, that'd be a different story. So anyways, let me know what I should do with the Raiders hats. Again, hit the like, hit the dislike. I don't really give a shit. Whatever you guys feel like is appropriate. Just make sure you guys join in my Clink Room giveaway. The Buzz Killers hat is on pre-order. Today's the last day to pre-order the Buzz Killers hats. It was one hat that I did myself. So if you guys like the design, go to the Clink Room and order it, pre-order it, I should say, and let's get that thing to production, because once it goes to production and it comes out, it is going to be sick. I guarantee you. All the hats I've gotten from Clink Room have come out really freaking good. So don't want you guys to miss out and be disappointed that you didn't get it. So if you guys want a free Clink Room hat, we're almost up to 1,300 subscribers. Make sure you either like, dislike, but you got to definitely subscribe. Got to definitely follow the Instagram and go read all the rules on my community tab. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching Sunday special podcast of Baseball Beers and mine, Haze. This is the Hat Villain, PHC, and I will see you guys next time. Later. Thanks, Comp Wiz, for joining me. Thanks, Hatter. See you guys later.